Greetings. Welcome to Plus Corporation's presentation on making sense out of business software. By downloading this presentation, you have made an important first step in streamlining your business. Our goal with this presentation is to explain how business software makes businesses more efficient and subsequently more profitable. Once a company starts using business software, they never go back to their old manual systems. Have you ever wondered why? Everyone that automates learns that businesses just work better when they are automated. So how do we get to the value of automation? Not something esoteric or intangible, but real value as in dollars and cents. Software automation can quantifiably transform the bottom line of your business. It all starts with an attention to detail and capturing back precious minutes. How often do we hear that it only takes a couple of minutes? Almost all the time. In a business with a payroll that depends on a return, those minutes add up, and in the end prove to be very precious. In this presentation, we will give you a high-level view of how those minutes consume your profit and revenue. Let's start with a perfect world. It gives us perspective. If we lived in a perfect world, all of our labor is billed out for revenue. Every minute worked is a minute of revenue. A perfect world. In a perfect world, we simply multiply the number of hours or minutes we bill and subtract the amount we pay our techs, and the rest is our profit. No overhead, no downtime, no other expenses. Unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. We spend time on many aspects of our business. Some of our time needs to be spent on bringing in new customers, time keeping the customers we have, paying our bills, paying our employees, ordering parts, receiving parts, and covering for shop downtime. Those minutes add up and consume precious time that isn't billable. When we are done paying for our building space, electricity, insurance, and all our fixed expenses, there is little left in the business, so we cut corners and not spend the time we should on many of these things, and in the long run, that hurts the business. How do we get back the time without cutting corners? We do that through the use of computer tools to help us perform these functions faster and better. Business software will improve the efficiency and quality of these tasks so that they take less time and are overall more effective. A good shop owner won't hesitate to buy the right tools to shorten the length of a job or do the job better. So why not buy a tool that permanently shortens the non-billable portions of the labor pool or improve the financial health of the company? When you steal back time, the owner can put more of the employee's salary back on projects that generate revenue and profit. This can be done while increasing the quality of these important operations. We can do it all and do it better. Let's go through a couple of examples. The first thing we want to understand is how effective your operation is. Take a look at your entire labor pool in the last week or month. All of these minutes you pay out in salary, including the owner's time, accountant's time, and office staff, and in many cases it could be a spouse that's not getting paid. Add that time in as well. Add up your entire pool of labor minutes. Now subtract the number of billed minutes you did over the same period. That tells you how efficient your billed time is. The principle is simple. We want to go back and convert as much of the total number of unbilled labor minutes available in the company into billed minutes as possible. Now let's look at a few obvious areas that we can automate and see how this works. The place where your customer discusses his or her needs. We need to capture this important information. We typically fill out a work order to do so. Manual systems require that everything be filled out every time. If the customer wants to refer to work that had been done before, most likely we will need to look up that work order. Now the real work begins. We need to look up pricing for the parts, also pricing standards for shop labor. We may need to look up previous work done on the vehicle and who did the work. It all takes minutes. It is estimated that from the time a customer walks in the door to the time they leave with the work completed, a manual work order will average 10 minutes longer than a fully automated system. 10 minutes doesn't sound like much, does it? Let's take a look at how minutes add up. A small shop handling only 5 work orders per day will spend about 50 minutes a day more than an automated shop writing and managing work orders. That amounts to roughly 4 hours of lost time per week. That comes as a double whammy. First, you have to pay the labor cost, and then you lose the revenue normally associated with that labor. A small shop will lose about $440 per week in time and revenue lost. What most owners don't see in a manual system are the hidden costs. We live in a now world. Customers have choices and migrate to places where they get better service. If you can't quickly get your customer in and out of the shop conveniently and easily, your competitor most likely can. Every aspect of your relationship with your customer is under a magnifying glass. Automation not only reduces the cost of servicing your customer, it makes you look better. From the moment your customer walks in the door to the time they leave the shop, you look modern and efficient. In every business is the necessary task of accounting for the business. We need to do this for the bank, government tax reporting, and ourselves. We often lose sight of the number of hours consumed in this task and will often buy specialized accounting software just to keep this organized. Wouldn't it be nice if we could cut these costs and time in half? Spending that money on bringing in new customers? Improve the quality of the business management information we use to run the business? Or hire an additional tech for the shop? If you haven't automated the accounting portion of your business, then you are spending a good deal of time on this function. If you have purchased an accounting software package, do you find the time you are spending manually entering all of the business transactions tedious? And tedious is expensive. Unless you are an accounting firm, this is not something you are getting paid to do. So how do we reduce this to the lowest amount of time and the least cost? With a business system that has an integrated accounting package, every business transaction is posted directly to your books. Every time you close a work order, purchase order, or write a check from the system, the P&L is instantly updated. There is no need for a second entry. No need to download a file and upload it into the accounting system. No need to have your bookkeeper make hundreds of journal entries. You have instant profitability reports. This moves you into a world where you can look at your business monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly. A fully integrated accounting system is the optimal answer to reducing your accounting expense and give you views of your business you never knew were possible. There are many challenges in managing a shop. Scheduling so work gets in and out appropriately and idle time is minimized, getting quality work done so the customer keeps coming back, getting productivity out of each mechanic to increase profits, identifying all the work done in an operation so the customer is billed for all the labor time on the repair or maintenance, rewarding high-performance work done in your shop. Each one of these tasks represents a separate set of problems. A good shop management program coupled with an easy-to-use touchscreen time clock can help solve this puzzle. Let's see how much waste could exist in our shop. A fairly high percentage of the vehicles that come in for repair end up having more wrong with them than the initial estimate. Catching this on every work order is key to ensuring profitability. If we only capture an additional 10 minutes of unbilled labor per technician per day, in a 4-man shop we can save 40 minutes a day. Again, this comes in both lost revenue and labor. This translates into $350 of cost and revenue recovery to your operation. What often surprises people is that not only does business software improve productivity, these new tools will give you the ability to offer services that previously were difficult or impossible to offer. Let's take a look at a common example of how business software can bring newfound revenue to your business. One of the best things you can do for your customers is provide preventative maintenance for their vehicles. This is especially important for customers with a number of vehicles. You can store and track all of the vehicle information and identify what maintenance needs to be done on which vehicle and when it needs to be done. This is a great win-win scenario for you and your customer. They no longer have to monitor and track their vehicles, and you get a steady stream of repeat business. A small business that actively recruited customers that need someone to monitor and provide preventative maintenance can typically add 25% new revenue to their shop. In this example, that would add about $1,200 per week. We have gone through only a few examples of how business software adds to your bottom line and helps you give back precious minutes. And it does so much more. When used diligently, business software increases efficiency in routine tasks, improves customer service, automatically handles administrative tasks, eliminates common mistakes in pricing, tracks and manages material and inventory, tracks and manages labor, identifies problem areas in your business, and most importantly, increases profitability.